new sunrise in high definition.
We begin this morning with breaking news of a nightclub shooting in Orlando. This is a live look outside of the scene from the Pulse Nightclub. That is near the corner of Orange and Haley Avenue. WESH-TV's Stuart Moore is outside of that club there this morning. Stuart, this is still a very active scene. What can you tell us what's going on there this morning?
Well, Brett, we know that investigators have blocked off this entire area. You cannot drive further towards the Pulse nightclub. Witnesses that we have spoken to at the scene say that they were inside the club around 2 a.m. this morning, the music pumping. That's when a man entered the club and then opened fire with an automatic weapon. They say at first they heard a loud burst of several different shots that were fired. Everyone, startled, dropped to the ground. That's a short time later that they thought that it was just simply a joke that was happening inside the nightclub. People started to stand. That's when they heard the second burst of gunfire that started to erupt in that crowd. That's when people started trying to get out of this building. Now, several witnesses saw that they actually crawled out of this location. They saw multiple people who were shot and wounded. We also saw some people when I first arrived at this scene, Brett, that were being taken to the hospital, holding on to some of their friends as they were walking into the ER here at ORMC. We're just less than a mile away from ORMC is where this is located. We've also been told by witnesses that several people were loaded into the back of pickup trucks involving OPD and taken straight to the hospital from there, not even waiting for the ambulance to arrive to render that first aid. Now, right now, we do not have an accurate total of people who were wounded from Orlando police, but they do remain at the scene at this time. We have been told that that person who is also inside of this nightclub is still in there at this point. They believe he is still very much so armed and dangerous. We spoke to a person who was inside just a few moments ago. He says that one of his friends is actually locked inside of the bathroom at the nightclub right now and was wounded in the arm by one of those gunshots. He says several other people are also inside of that restroom with him. And just on live TV, I'm not sure if you guys were able to hear that back at the station. And Pete, we can point that direction, but we just heard a loud explosion that just happened coming from that direction. Now, we have been seeing some bomb-sniffing dogs that have been walking this area. We've also seen several different officers with them in bomb gear. We were told at one point that this suspect may be wearing a bomb vest. And again, we have just learned, or we've just heard, a loud explosion that happened in the direction where the nightclub is actually located. Now, several police officers are at this scene. They have this roadway blocked. They have not been alarmed, so quite possibly this was something that they detonated at that location because of the potential bomb scare. But just about 2 blocks from where we are standing is where that bomb blast happened just a few moments ago. So we have been told that the person who was involved with this shooting was actually wearing some sort of detonation type vest and was alerting authorities that he also had explosives inside of this building. That comes from a confirmed law enforcement source of mine. They said this person was located inside of this nightclub and came in with the intention to wound several different people. But again, that bomb, that explosion that we just heard just a short while ago, not sure at this point whether or not that has anything to do with the person who's holed up inside of that building or whether or not that was something that was detonated by police. But again, that just happened just a few moments ago. The person who is locked in the restroom, want to get back to that, is still holed up in there. They say they've been waiting for police for at least 2 hours now, trying to get out of that nightclub. They are holed up. They actually said that they told their friend they believe they may die, but they were wounded in the arm. So hopefully the police can get inside and get that person out as soon as possible. But Brett, we're going to continue to update the latest, find out exactly what that explosion was all about, and we'll send it back into the studio. As soon as we find out more, we'll bring it to you right here.
Yeah, Stuart.
Orlando, Stuart Moore, WESH-TV News.
Stuart, if we can stay with you here for just a moment, we were able to hear that explosion over the air. Obviously, we can see this large police presence that is behind you, still a very active scene. We understand, as you mentioned, that the bomb squad has been out there all morning long. How far away are you from that nightclub? Because obviously that police presence surrounding that area right now, we were able to pick up and hear that explosion over the air. Give us an idea of how far